Right, here we go with the noise disturbance above me, so bear with me. Wednesday, as the world goes to pot in the United Kingdom with what's going on in the mainstream and so-called, well, I won't need to mention. I'm on the subject which I found out on this reference to DWP, Departments and Pensions, London. So, it's over 3 months today. So, how many weeks is that? 12 weeks. And no response to my lawful right to require review of the computerised decision made, dated computerised letter 5th 2018. And basically, saw case law, and this is off the www.disabilityrights.org. You go on the, I found it by chance yesterday, and go on the website where it says upper tribunal decisions. That is by Ministry of Justice, and I'm not sure whether or not you can actually find it. My mate's going to try and look up later. The weather's getting bad again in my area, so I'm concerned about that. Right, so don't you look back in this channel, history of my experience of Capita PLC, this company contracted by Departments and Pensions Limited, and what's been going on. Do you know, I'm not sure if it's going to be a alleged election, if that makes any difference to anybody right now. Okay, so I did provide the evidence additional before. Go back in the video where I mentioned what happened in October 2018. And the medical evidence and extra medical reports and evidence to, as a complexity in one situation, disabilities. I did have, and it's a quotation, what the computerised systems automatically was done. It was deliberately to set me up, like thousands of others. Failed to attend a PIP medical. I didn't. And basically, it was their computerised system who I found the other software program they used failed to neutralise and use, well, neutralise is the wrong word, they used the computer, they didn't even scan the evidence in, so that wasn't transferred onto a DM. They call that, in basic terminology, a decision maker, employee of Departments and Pensions. So this so-called Secretary for State, yeah, right, in mainstream media, well, mainstream so-called government in the UK. There was a case, I can't remember who brought it and who the initial decision was going back. I think there was a court decision as well. 23rd of November 2017, where an upper tribunal held up a case where there was a good cause to show why somebody may or may not have provided additional evidence to support reason for the terminologies used, a good cause, and therefore the GLA should have been reinstated. And well, for that case and for thousands of others experienced similar. And until such a decision is made about your ability to be able to access for the person independence, because it's transitioned from GLA over to PIP, person independence allowance. And that is, I might find this out by Ministry of Justice, its own website, Upper Tribunal. As I said, the date's the 23rd of November 2017. As I said, I haven't had a chance to investigate the actual clause, the actual document, because I'm going to use that as my additional hold certain individuals accountable for their negligence in her duty of care in my situation. And apparently, when I found the website of disability law, there's disability law as well as disability rights.org on the page of upper tribunal decisions, there is a hell of a lot of backlog of cases. And then I went on this other website. I can't afford to sign up again right now because they've cut off my DLA, so I'm like anybody struggling with high extra I can't pay for. But nobody cares about that, do they? With thousands of people like I. Anyway, and it was mentioning about, well, the so-called statement made in so-called House of Commons. And right at the bottom of a very small print was this particular thousands, there's about 4,000 other individuals who basically was subject to this. So my situation, to bring up, if you don't want to go back on that video, I was bedbound with no care, with nobody present and nobody to call anybody, let alone not knowing anyone's going to cold call up my flat, and I'm bedbound, high care needs, lots of mobilities. And what I found interesting also on this website was the actual definitions of what the upper tribunal men and women used in the descriptors, reference to not just the delay but the decision making. And you won't even find that on any kind of like, for example, I tried to use this other website I was a member of for a year. I couldn't even get into the information to use. But what I found yesterday was straightforward talking, or words that I could get my head around. It's still going to take a long time because I'm still recovering from injuries I've sustained. But in the meantime, my friends helped me to make this because I'm waking up with this a rude awakening DIY above my head going on, and well, prompted me to write briefly out. And hopefully, fingers crossed, later my friend can check it out on laptop and print the document off, or at least download, so he can make some notes and to go back to Blackpool. And also found an email eventually, so trying to document download to email to go to by email, whether or not that gets lost in the bunch of other emails they get, but also covering by post. So I mean, you could say it wasn't a lot, but back in 2013 they had misrepresented the evidence I even had then. And it's like when you get this report back, at the time it was Atos company, and saying I can walk, I can't bloody walk, I can't bloody walk, since I got run over. As to by 2010 I've been wheelchair dependent. So, and then this past year, my experience trying to get the right personal care offer, you know, national statutory duty of care act assessment, the actual whether or not I'm going to get offered of a care package of funding, which way, what, I'm left in the limbo, and that's done deliberate in my area. So anyway, just thought I'd come in shortly with this, as trying to have some lunch, and before all that white stuff hits my area, I thought I'd get out this. There is a clause for people similar position. It's not going to, because individuals that I've tried, and I'm going to be doing a cold calling in a minute, well not in a minute soon, and I'm going to hold certain people accountable, and I don't care they're on camera, because they've been negligent to offer me home visit to help me with this, and they hide behind caseloads are so high, certain device, and there's no other service in my area bother to assist me on this. So it's just pure luck. I stumbled across something I was looking at. I can't remember even what I was looking at yesterday. And I was just chilling out, resting. And then I stumbled across, by chance, this disability rights. And if I can afford their book, that book, it'll take forever to come, but it's £16 for the benefits. It's worth the money. And while things are going up pear-shaped for lots of people in different areas, it's all right having this knowledge. And I don't believe paying for websites because you haven't got anything to start with. you're barely coping to get by, your food, your basic things you need, and then if you can't pay for your disability needs on top, and important things, your gas, your water, your electric, that kind of thing. But nobody gives a monkeys, and if you don't have family to help you out, or your friends, you're absolute stuff. Because the cutbacks of many services as well on top is seriously affecting thousands of. And mate just heard it on the news as well. I mean, she was watching on her phone. There's a live stream on so-called House of Commons at the moment going on. I don't go into all that hype. I stick to the facts and what may help. Whatever I experience, and it might help someone else similar to me, I'll share it. And it's not a quick, it's using their system to push for your damn rights. And I had a full lawful right to have the first, it was just on the wording, was on the IT letter, DWP, wording was review. So what's happened to that? I struggled to make calls and emails, do anything myself, and I've got no one to help me. Yeah, my mates can't do the bloody calls and paperwork that I need help with. And this is negligent by social workers, individuals, and they're right. They're preventing me access services I need and putting me at risk. I'm not doing anything to me, and nobody doing anything to me. It's them bloody public servants, civil servants. I mean, I'm talking about management level, not frontline staff. I'm talking about the deliberate ones that are crucifying and making it sure we don't have an existence on this earth. Every disabled man and woman, whatever walk of life you are, we're all in the same blinking situation. We're trying to push and push and push what we're entitled to. And these key words as descriptors, it's very useful to know. I'm just going to mention the website I used to be a member of, if it helps anybody else. www.benefitsandworks, all lowercase. So it's benefitsandworks.org. Correction, www.benefitsandworks.co.uk. Even if you just want to read their news section, which is free, and you'll just sign up as free just to read some information on there. Sometimes you might be able to get the guides on Facebook pages, and be aware what you share on Facebook. You know how that works. And because DWP and all these so-called government people, he want to catch you out for a reason, but you're not genuine. Well, don't believe in that fear-mongering. You're genuine, and a lot of people aren't, but you know what your situation is. You might gain these guides for free, these guides, and I have, and it saves pain. The only one I would save up to pay for is this disabled disabilityrights.org, their own booklet. So God bless, take care, I've got to go. And yeah, they owe me 12 weeks of the GLA I was getting, and then I need to push back on these blinking public servants that failed me still. God bless. I hope you get better luck than I, but I will keep going.